Okay, this is just a quick unboxing of the Edimax ES3308P V3. Just a network switch. I bought this one because basically I need one. I've got one of these elsewhere. Works great. As you can see, it's very small in the box. It's an 8-channel. Well, 8 port. I'll just do a quick unboxing just to show you what it's like really. I don't think I've seen this on YouTube, I'm not sure. Look how small that is. Tiny. Absolutely tiny. And for 8 ports. It's great. There's your little instructions. Well, quick installation guide, which really do you need that for something like this? It's an unmanaged one, so that's all you get. There's all of your bits. There's your power supply, straightforward. It's wall mountable, as you can see. Nice and small. I hate stuff like that. There you go. Easy peasy. You've got, on the right hand side, you've got your power socket, which could have been slightly better placed, I would have said. Maybe you could have put it there, or even in the middle. But you've got 8765 there, and on the left hand side you've got 4321. Now, as far as I'm aware, and how I've always played this with any network switch, is your input from your router or home hub, if you've got a BT pile of junk, you will put that the in into there, number 1, then all of your outputs from all the other numbers. One thing that always really annoys me, they refer to this as an 8-channel, same as a 5-channel one, or 16-channel one, or 24, and so on and so on. They're not, because you've got to use one of those for your input, so they're not. So this is technically 7-channel, 7-port, which is very different to 8. But they should really just call it a 7-port, or actually add an 8, or what? I'm not sure. These don't go in too deep, so to me, you could move the power and make an input and have that there at the base. So you've got your 8 down the side, your input and your power there. That would be so much better, because then it would actually be 8 channels, ports. I always refer to it as channels, I don't know why, but you get 7 of them, 8 including the input. So there's your quick unboxing, just a quick look. You can get this with a US adapter, EU adapter, or an Australian adapter. I've not had any problems with this. The best thing about this though is it's tiny. It does what I need, and it's tiny. This is an old On Networks one, which I have destroyed. I've cut the sides off because I needed to fit it into an enclosure, but this is an 8-port one. This is basically to replace this, because this was manufactured by Netgear under the name of On Networks, of whom has vanished. If you go to the On Networks website now, diverts you to Netgear's website. For what purpose I'm not too sure, but it was made by Netgear because they made a very similar thing before as well, I think, if I remember rightly. I only bought that one because it was cheap. This one was also cheap. It's always good to be cheap sometimes. What's the point in spending a fortune on something that may or may not end up dead in a short period of time? Because this is going outside, so weather may ingress into it. It will be in a waterproof enclosure, but it's going outside. The On Networks one was a bit strange because that one was working, I think it must have worked for about a year in an enclosure. Then all of a sudden everything that was connected to it stopped working. So I bought one of these before and tested that in its place. That worked fine. So it wasn't anything to do with the cables or my network. But since then I've brought that in, tested it right next to my router, and this is sometime after it started playing up, but I've tested it since and it works. But I have no trust in it whatsoever anymore because it went belly up before, so I'm just going to bin that one and switch over to using one of these, and any other places that I need to use that a network switch I will just get one of these because they're cheap. That's less than £10, which is cheap. But hey ho, I've gone on. That's all I wanted to mention, and do a quick unboxing just to show you guys. There's what you get in the box for the Edimax ES3308P V3. Thanks for watching.